your choice to make a little mockery, it won't do. Further down the line, still surrendering, trying harder to forgive you. Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. Take a look as I am now. Still I smile and don't speak. Will you please slow down? Slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take take it. You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it.
Scared money don't make money, so what you scared for? And real people do real things, so what you here for?
setting up for a shot wherein we have the lantern here, spreading out an even flow on all the subjects because the subjects will be sitting on the table. And the lantern with the 120D basically gives a very even fill kind of a light, does modify it a little bit, creating very soft shadows on the faces, and it's very beautiful. Let's see the output. तो लैंप को अच्छा बहुत अच्छा मिलेगा पीछे एक तो पीछे लाइट्स वगैरह पर थोड़ा देखें आई थिंक शुड बी Guys, we're done with the shoot here today and it was an amazing shoot. We've got some very beautiful shots, some amazing bokeh behind the subjects. The best thing was that the lantern that you see on the 120D2 over here creates such an amazing light, soft light on the faces. And as a fill, I added an MC LED from here at the same kelvins as the 120D2, which gave us a very balanced light, creating very soft shadows. Not a shadowless world though, but a very soft shadow, and created nice backgrounds with beautiful bouquets. And here are some of the results.
My children are my life, but look at them. They are so upset. Well, I cancelled our long vacation. Hey, the times are tough, but there is a way.
राहुल रिया अंदर चलो.
Neha will save the day. There is always epically money. When kids play this game, they understand how money really works. Expenses come without fail and must be taken care first. How saving money is important and taking a loan is not always the solution. How caring for family and friends is just as important. How smartly investing money is the right choice. And of course, money should always be used for making memories and having fun. In the end, life has its own trophies that makes it all worthwhile. Epically Money, life lessons in a box.
Hey guys, welcome to this very special live session with me Kshitij on Shoot Guru, and today we are talking about filmmaking and video creation for photographers. Most of us, most of the people in this world are actually photographers. We click nature, we click friends and family, we are out on travel, we click a lot of pictures, and of course we do a lot of selfies. But there are very few who actually venture into the video creation or video content creation zone where they are able to create content that speaks louder than words. And yes, video is worth more than 1,000 pictures. That is so true, because 1 second of a video is actually 24 frames per second. So imagine how many pictures come in a 1 minute video. So we're going to be talking about how you can transition yourself from photography to filmmaking, and of course please let me know in the comment section whether you want me to talk in English or would you like me to speak in Hindi. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि मैं हिंदी में बात करूं, because मेरे को पता है बहुत सारी मिक्स ऑडियंस आती है आजकल, तो आप बताइए कि हिंदी में बात करें या फिर मैं इंग्लिश में ही कंटिन्यू करूं. Hey Shrivats, hey Bilal, hi Ian, hi Fianshu, hey Aditya. So there are a lot of people in this day and age who are wanting to switch to filmmaking, who are wanting to start video, but hesitate to do so. Imagine you're in a situation where your client wants to hire somebody for video and for photography. Well, if you go to that client and you tell them that you will hire somebody else to do the video because you're a photographer, they might look out for somebody who does both. But what if you know both and you pitch the work accordingly? So that will give you the edge over your competition, and of course you can always collaborate with other content creators who are better at video creation if you are really good at photography. That also works. Hi Yash, hi Honey, hi Arjun. I will keep switching between Hindi and English. हाँ जी, हिंदी इंग्लिश हम दोनों मिक्स करते रहेंगे. So it will be a English काइंड ऑफ अ सेशन जिसमें अगर आपके पास कोई भी क्वेश्चन है प्लीज डोंट हेजिटेट टू आस्क. आप पूछ सकते हैं. आई विल आंसर दोज क्वेश्चंस looking at the comment section. Good evening Yash and welcome to this live session everybody. Today we are talking about transitioning to filmmaking from photography. So, अगर हम फोटोग्राफी की बात करें, मैंने भी अपना करियर इस इंडस्ट्री में एज अ फोटोग्राफर ही शुरू किया था, बिकॉज दैट इज द ईजिएस्ट. हम लोग फोटोग्राफी बहुत ही आराम से शुरू कर सकते हैं. हम लोग अपने फ़ोन से फोटोज़ खींचते हैं. जब मैंने अपना करियर शुरू किया था हमारे फ़ोन्स इतने ग्रेट नहीं होते थे, एंड DSLRs में भी वीडियो ऑप्शंस बहुत बाद में आए. तो हमारे पास होते थे वो बड़े बड़े कैमरा सेटअप्स, DSR कैमरा सेटअप्स, DV कैमरा सेटअप्स, टेप्स पे रिकॉर्ड होता था, एंड एक बहुत ही कम्बरसम प्रोसेस होता था जिसमें हम लोग टेप पे रिकॉर्ड करके उसको डंप करते थे. डंप करने के बाद कन्वर्जन होता था, कन्वर्जन होने के बाद एडिट होता था एंड आउटपुट निकलता था. यहाँ तक कि हम लोग CDs एंड DVDs यूज करते थे टू डिलीवर प्रोडक्ट्स. And we were shooting on SD, standard definition, that was less than 720p. So imagine 480p video was supposed to be a wow at one point in time. But then the advent came of HD. हम लोग टेप्स पे HD रिकॉर्ड करने लगे, तो वो सब भी हमने देखा है. आज के ज़माने में अगर आप एक फोटोग्राफर एंड इन द डे ऑफ डिजिटल एज राइट नाउ, यू कैन एक्चुअली जस्ट स्टार्ट विद योर फोन इटसेल्फ. Phones these days actually record very, very high definition video. The phone I'm holding is a Realme phone. This shoots 4K and that is just amazing. Shooting 4K on your phone, you get such a high resolution image. Even though the sensor is small, but the quality of image is still very good, because in the end, you're going to publish that on social media, so it is worth it. But then again, you have other options as well. If you're somebody who is using a DSLR, if you're somebody who is using a mirrorless camera, then you have so many more options that you can go to. आज की डेट में आई रेकमेंड टू यूज मिररलेस कैमरास, बिकॉज मिररलेस कैमरास बने ही वीडियो के लिए. अगर आप इमेजिन करेंगे पुराने ज़माने में वीडियो कैमरास में भी शटर नहीं होता था, वो सेंसर पे सीधा रिकॉर्ड करते थे. सिमिलरली मिररलेस कैमरास भी उसी के लिए kind of design की गए. So that is why they give you better video quality, and of course with full frame mirrorless cameras you get both video and photo together. So सबसे पहले ये डिस्कस करते हैं कि why move to video. and how do you move to video? So it is a day and age where video content is being promoted. Reels video के होते हैं, इंस्टाग्राम वीडियो फोटो दोनों पब्लिश करता है, यूट्यूब प्योरली वीडियो के लिए बना है. सो आप किसी भी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म की बात करें, वहां पे वीडियो को एक बहुत ही, जिसको कहते हैं ना, it is given more priority because video talks more. You can deliver more information in less amount of time. Photography versus video. Photography is an active medium and video is a passive medium. Photography active kaise? Because when somebody looks at a photo, when a viewer looks at your work in terms of photograph, usko मजबूर किया जाता है सोचने के लिए व्हाट आर यू शोकेसिंग. उसको मतलब सोचने का मौका मिलता है या सोचने का परसिस्ट किया जाता है कि इस फोटोग्राफ में, इस पर्टिकुलर पिक्चर में हमारा जो फोटोग्राफर है वो क्या दिखाना चाहता है. सो योर व्यूअर बिकम्स एक्टिव, उसका माइंड काम करने लग जाता है. ही स्टार्टेड एनालाइजिंग एन इमेज. सो इमेजिन कीजिए अगर आप एक फोटोग्राफ देखते हैं जिसमें एक बच्चा रोड पे बैठा हुआ है, रोड के बीच में बैठा हुआ है. एज अ व्यूअर के पास से 3-4 चीजें. वो सोच सकता है कि यार एक लावारिस बच्चा है जो खो गया है. वो सोच सकता है कि इस बच्चे को पोज कराया गया रोड के बीच में बिठा के. वो यहां तक सोच सकता है कि वो बच्चा एक सुपर हीरो है और वो अभी ट्रांसफॉर्म होके कुछ बन जाएगा. सो द इमेजिनेशन इज विविड. इट कैन गो बियॉन्ड बॉर्डर्स, इट कैन गो बियॉन्ड एनी काइंड ऑफ लिमिटेशन. तभी तो एवेंजर्स बना, तभी तो आपका क्या कहते हैं सारी एनिमेटेड फिल्म्स बनी है, बिकॉज पीपल थिंक लाइक दैट. दे कैन, देयर थिंकिंग एंड थॉट प्रोसेस कैन गो बियॉन्ड व्हाट यू कैन एवर परसीव. सो एज अ फोटोग्राफर आप अपने व्यूअर को एक अपॉर्चुनिटी देते हो टू काइंड ऑफ अंडरस्टैंड एंड एनालाइज व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू शोकेस एंड देन वर्क ऑन इट. सेकेंड चीज, एज अ फोटोग्राफर आप एक्चुअली में अकेले भी काम कर सकते हो. Pick up your phone, pick up your camera, go out, start clicking pictures. You like street photography, start doing street photography. Maybe get telephoto lenses, अपना equipment upgrade करते हो, candid shots लेने शुरू करते हो, weddings पे photos लेना शुरू करते हो. So there are so many things that you can do alone. You don't need a team to do it with you. But bigger projects would require team. अब आते हैं हम फिल्म्स के ऊपर या वीडियो के ऊपर. फिल्म या वीडियो एक पैसिव मीडियम है, एक ऐसा मीडियम है जिसमें यू एज अ क्रिएटर आर डिलीवरिंग इंफॉर्मेशन टू योर यूजर ताकि उसको समझ में आए कि आप क्या बताना चाह रहे हो. एक डायरेक्टर, एक सिनेमाटोग्राफर, एक ऑडियो मिक्सर, एक कलरिस्ट, ये सब लोग मिलकर, एक प्रोडक्शन का बंदा मिलकर एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट तैयार करते हैं जो कि एक फिल्म बनती है जिसमें एक स्टोरी होती है, जिसमें म्यूजिक होता है, जिसमें डायलॉग होता है, जिसमें आपके कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं, जिसमें आपका क्या कहते हैं स्टोरी टेलिंग डायलॉग के थ्रू हो रही होती है, वॉइस ओवर हो सकता है, म्यूजिक मोमेंट्स क्रिएट करता है. सो बेसिकली आप अपनी ऑडियंस को सोचने का मौका देते ही नहीं है, आप उनको इंफॉर्मेशन डाउनलोड देते हैं. आप उनको मजबूर करते हैं डरने पर इफ इट इज हॉरर, आप उनको मजबूर करते हैं हंसने पर इफ इट इज कॉमेडी, एंड ऑफ कोर्स इफ योर स्क्रिप्ट इज अमेजिंग they will get indulged and they will be sitting at the edge of their seat when they're viewing your film. I felt it when I saw Avengers for the first time, and or especially End Game जब मैंने देखा था, मतलब you would agree with me that I was on the edge of my seat in the cinema hall जब थानोस के अगेंस्ट सारे Avengers खड़े हो रहे थे, and it was like भाई अब तो है, this is the time and we're gonna kick his butt and all of that. So I was involved in the film. That is what the audience really gets into. People get involved. आप उनको म्यूजिक, स्टोरी टेलिंग, साउंड डिजाइन, इन सब चीजों से इन्वॉल्व करते हैं. So you're basically delivering information to your audience so that they can perceive the story the way you want to tell them, और अपनी परसेप्शन पे वो नहीं जाते हैं. Moreover, जब हम वीडियो की बात करें, of course it is day and age when you can vlog. आप ट्रैवल फिल्म्स बना सकते हैं, उसमें आपको एक क्रू की ज़रूरत नहीं है. अगर मैं ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ, आई जस्ट कैरी दिस विद मी. दिस इज दी, आई वुड से द मोस्ट अमेजिंग एंट्री लेवल कैमरा जो फोटो वीडियो मेरे को दोनों ऑप्शंस देता है. दिस इज अ लुमिक्स G100 विच आई मोस्टली यूज फॉर ऑल माई व्लॉग्स, या फिर अगर मैं ट्रैवल भी कर रहा हूँ, आई यूज द माइक्रो फोर थर्ड सीरीज टू डू माई व्लॉग्स एंड एवरीथिंग. For one simple reason, it is small, it is compact, it shoots 4K at 60 FPS and so much more. जो मेरे को एक ability देता है स्लो मोज रिकॉर्ड करने की, मेरे को ability देता है हाई रेजोल्यूशन फुटेज रिकॉर्ड करने की, and of course it kind of gives me additional creativity when I'm on the move. But most of the times I don't use equipment like that. If I'm traveling, I just use my phone as well. So As a photographer, if you want to become a storyteller, you can become a storyteller with your photos. But if you want to get into video and start doing storytelling, you have to get creative. You have to start using music, using shots, using color grading, using movement in your shots, using so many things that you can do with videos, slow-mos, time lapses, hyperlapses. There is so much that you can do in videos, and then do storytelling, which makes you an amazing storyteller. And the best time and the best way to start is now. Pick up your phone. Your phone would shoot at least full HD video. Start shooting with that. Get your settings right. Get your exposure right. ये एक ऐसा डिवाइस है जिसमें आपको शटर के बारे में नहीं सोचना, जिसमें आपको अपर्चर के बारे में नहीं सोचना. आपको सिर्फ फोकस पे ध्यान देना है. आपको सिर्फ कॉम्पोजिशन पे ध्यान देना है. आप कंपोज करें शॉट, आप फोकस करें शॉट में, एंड गेट योर एक्सपोजर राइट, एंड ऑफ कोर्स शूट अमेजिंग वीडियोस. I'm going to look at the chat box for some questions if there are. How do you prepare for street documentary video? Yash, that is an amazing question. बहुत ही सही सवाल पूछा आपने. मैं अभी उस पर आ रहा हूँ. पहले मैं अपने फोटोग्राफर दोस्तों को ये बताना चाहूँगा because when I started doing video, I realized that in those days, 12 years ago, we did not have compact equipment video ke liye. We had to go for either handy cams which were very bad quality, या फिर I would actually go for very expensive video cameras if I wanted higher quality. Even my first short film that I made, I actually rented out equipment to make it, because I realized कि अगर मैं handy cam पे shoot करूँगा तो जो actors के साथ मैंने collaborate करा था वो मेरे को seriously नहीं लेंगे. So that was always a problem. But आज की डेट में वो problem नहीं है. आज की डेट में लोग feature films बना रहे हैं using their phone. So the phone is the first thing that you can start with. So you have to understand 3 basic steps when you switch to video. हमें शटर पता है क्या होता है, हमें अपर्चर पता है क्या होता है, हमें ISO पता है क्या होता है. This session is not about the basics of photography or shutter, aperture, ISO or the exposure triangle, but how do you utilize that and what are the things you have to be careful about when you are starting video. Arjun, yes, I will talk about cinematography as well. I'm heading towards that. Thank you for asking that question as well. So, when you're starting video, we are used to clicking pictures. हम लोग कंपोज करते हैं, हम लोग फ्रेम करते हैं, हम लोग अपना एक्सपोजर सेट करते हैं, शटर सेट करते हैं, अपर्चर सेट करते हैं, ISO सेट करते हैं, we snap and it's done. You're done with your photo. You go into burst mode, you click a series of photos. So, photography is when you freeze moments. Video is just the opposite. You capture motion. A video is a series of images clicked one after the other. 1 second of video is 24 frames. That is frames per second, FPS. So 1 second of video is 24 frames per second. This was a standard जो कि Academy ने set करा था some few like 100 years ago कि भैया सिनेमा अगर शूट होगा, सिनेमा अगर प्लेबैक होगा, it has to be shot and played back at 24 frames per second or 23.98. That was the calculation, because that was the amount of motion blur that imitated real world scenario. So the frame rates were set at 24 or 23.98 seconds. With the advent of digital age, अब हमें opportunity मिली to shoot higher frame rates to get slow-mos in a film. इसीलिए अगर आप पुरानी films देखें, be it Charlie Chaplin, be it Alfred Hitchcock, be it Stanley Kubrick, उन सब की films में slow-mo होता ही नहीं था. मतलब बुलेट टाइम, बुलेट मोड्स, मैट्रिक्स वाज द फर्स्ट फिल्म जब स्लोमो यूज होना शुरू हुआ एंड बुलेट टाइम का एडवेंट हुआ और आपको अब बहुत ही अलग तरीके का स्लोमो दिखना शुरू हुआ जब हम लोग बात करें सिनेमेटोग्राफी के बारे में. सो दैट केम ओनली विद द डिजिटल एज. बट इफ यू आर स्विचिंग फ्रॉम फोटोग्राफी टू वीडियो, सो अंडरस्टैंड that when you're shooting 1 second of a video, you're actually clicking 24 pictures in a series. That gives you a very smooth motion to talk about. So 24 frames per second is cinema. Then you get 60 frames per second. That is basically better quality of video, more frames per second captured, and you will get better motion. You will get better motion blurs, and you can slow it down in post production. आप 60 frames को 24 frames per second पर आराम से ला सकते हैं, but अगर आप 24 frames per second ही shoot करेंगे, उसको 24 फ्रेम्स पर सेकंड की टाइमलाइन पे डालेंगे, आप स्लो डाउन नहीं करेंगे, जिटर आएगा, खराब फुटेज लगेगी। इसीलिए अगर आप कोई भी वीडियो शूट करते हैं, हियर इज अ प्रो टिप, इफ यू शूटिंग एनी वीडियो, कीप योर फ्रेम रेट एट 24 फ्रेम्स पर सेकंड। अगर आपके वीडियो में लिपसिंक है, मतलब कोई बात कर रहा है या फिर म्यूजिक वीडियो है जिसमें लिपसिंक है कुछ भी, तो 24 फ्रेम्स पर सेकंड रखें। जो मोशन ब्लर आपको मिलेगा दैट इज वेरी सिनेमैटिक। सेकंड, अगर आपको आपके वीडियो में स्लोमो चाहिए और आप उसमें कोई भी डायलॉग रिकॉर्ड नहीं कर रहे हैं, कोई भी लिपसिंग रिकॉर्ड नहीं कर रहे हैं, 60 फ्रेम्स पर सेकंड इज अ डिसेंट स्लोमो। यू कैन गेट इट डाउन बाय 50% इन एनी वीडियो एंड you will actually get very beautiful slowed down shots, very beautiful, you know, moments in slow-mos that look mind-blowingly amazing. I'm just going to show you guys a video that we did that has a lot of slow-mo, और आपने सुना होगा B-roll videos के बारे में. So let me play one of those videos for you right now. थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा रुका। So जैसे कि आपने अभी देखा कि there was a lot of slow-mo involved in that video. It's called a B-roll video. It was a trend started by Daniel Schiffer, और इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो में हमने उसी को थोड़ा सा इंस्पायर होके हमने वीडियो क्रिएट किया था in the last lockdown. And the idea was to kind of test the real slow-mo power of the cameras that we had, and this was shot using a camera जिसमें image stabilization भी नहीं था. It was shot on a GH5S at 120 FPS. So it is a micro four third series camera. It shoots 120 FPS at full HD, and that worked, and it gave us very very good quality. तो अगर आप वीडियो में शूट करना स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं तो get your frame rates right. So kind of rethinking again or retelling you, जो नए लोग आए उनके लिए, cinema is all about 24 frames per second because you're lip syncing, there is dialogue. Slow-mo start at 60 frames per second because you need to slow it down, you need more frames to be captured, and of course anything beyond 100 frames per second just looks beautiful and is used for creative shots only. But remember, if you're ever lip syncing, मगर आप डायलॉग रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हो, आप म्यूजिक वीडियोस जिसमें आप लोग बोल रहे हैं या लिप सिंक कर रहे हैं वो रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं, प्लीज डू नॉट रिकॉर्ड 60 फ्रेम्स पर सेकंड. वो एक क्रिकेट मैच की तरह दिखता है. डज नॉट लुक सिनेमैटिक, इट डज नॉट लुक रियल, इट लुक्स वेरी अननेचुरल एंड लुक्स वेरी वेरी बैड. सो वी हैव अ कपल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट हैव कम इन, लेट मी टेक दोज अप. So, सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन था यश का कि हाउ डू यू प्रिपेयर फॉर स्ट्रीट डॉक्यूमेंट्री वीडियो. वेल, इफ यू आर अ स्ट्रीट फोटोग्राफर, अगर आपका इंटरेस्ट स्ट्रीट फोटोग्राफी में कभी भी रहा है, स्ट्रीट वीडियो भी बहुत सिमिलर चीज़ है. फर्क इतना है कि In street photography, you wait for a moment, you click, and you move ahead, and you don't wait for another moment. But for street video, you have to hold the frame, you have to be in the moment for a longer time. आपको वहाँ पे अपने आप को रखना ज़रूरी है, आपको अपने और लाइक जो सब्जेक्ट में इन्वॉल्व होना ज़रूरी है. देयर हैज़ टू बी अ स्टार्ट, देयर हैज़ टू बी अ मिडल एंड देयर हैज़ टू बी एन एंड. एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपको 10 सेकंड का क्लिप चाहिए अपने एडिट के लिए, तो आप एक्चुअली में सिर्फ 10 सेकंड का क्लिप शूट नहीं करेंगे, आपको प्री रोल एंड पोस्ट रोल शूट करना जरूरी है. So be ready for longer takes, be ready for longer moments. अगर आपको एक बारे में मोमेंट नहीं मिला, stay there. That is how you will shoot it, but you need to prep for it. For prepping for any kind of documentary or any shoot for that matter, you need to have a shot division, you need to have a shot list, a bucket list of shots that will make or break your film. Please never go for a shoot or never enter a film project without a short list, without your pre-production, without anything to do with the structure and the core of that film. मैंने कुछ साल पहले एक फीचर फिल्म प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहा था, वो फिल्म रिलीज भी हुई, बट द बिगेस्ट ड्रॉबैक आई हैड विद दैट फिल्म इज कि मैंने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 30 डेज का किया था. I ended up shooting for 108 days. Imagine that कि 30 days का contract मेरा 108 days extend हो गया. I did not get paid extra or anything because the contract was only for 30 days. अब गलती कहाँ थी? गलती प्रोडक्शन में नहीं थी, गलती पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन में नहीं थी, गलती थी कि हमारे पास कभी भी स्क्रिप्ट ही नहीं थी टू स्टार्ट विद. My producer and my director did not give us a script. We were in the blind. हमें शूट पे आके पता चलता था कि हम क्या शूट करने वाले हैं. हमारे पास कोई शॉट डिवीजन नहीं था. हम बार बार सेम सीन को शूट करते थे अलग अलग एंगल से, बिकॉज द डायरेक्टर सेड मेरे को पता नहीं मैं पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन में कौन सा एंगल यूज कर रहा हूँ, तो माइट एज वेल टेक इट. अगर आप इस थॉट के साथ जाएंगे, यू विल एंड अप शूटिंग द सेम सीन 20 times over and not have the enough footage to even complete your film. So have a bucket list of shot that will make or break your film. Make sure आपके पास shot division है, shot list है, location wise shot list है, so that अगर आप एक location पे जाते हैं, उस location के आप सारे shots खत्म करेंगे, फिर आप अपनी location change करेंगे, because location changing will take time. So you have to be very sure about what you are doing. You have to be very sure about what you are shooting, and of course it has to have storytelling, and stories always depend on shots. So then how do I collaborate in an area where less people available for collaboration due to lack of interest in films? I live in a small town of Ontario, Canada. Arun, Canada itself is a very big country. You're a world creator. You're somebody who's on YouTube. You're somebody who's on Instagram. You're somebody who's on maybe TikTok for that matter, if you're a TikTok creator. You have to go out. You have to start talking to more people. You have to start accessing the skills of others in your network. Give shout outs to people who are doing great work. Believe me, the person might be 500 miles away from you, even 10,000 miles away from you. If the collaboration has to work, it will work. It can work online, it can work offline. There are so many ways where you can collaborate. I have people who are collaborating with us in the pandemic where they're shooting somewhere, we edit for them and we send it back to them, and that is a way of collaboration as well. So it always depends on what kind of project you're working on and how you want to collaborate. So don't hesitate to ask, and don't feel that there are not much people around you. Look out for film schools in your city. Look out for photography schools in your city. Look out for other creators. Go to Instagram. Hit Ontario as a city on Instagram. See what other people are creating. Don't judge them just by their content. Talk to them. DM them. Get their interest. Know them better. And maybe they could be feeling the same thing about finding similar thought process creators, and they might not be producing good content. But together, you could do something much better. So Rajiv, you're planning to buy a camera, and you're confused between 18 to 135 and a 50 mm lens. I would say a prime really works for video. My first camera, मैंने 50 mm prime लिया था, the fast 50, the f1.8 8 was the go-to lens when I started photography. Shallow depth of field, great blurs in the background. It looks beautiful. So you definitely need a prime, but you need that 18mm wide and 135mm tele also. So I would say pick up your camera with the kit lens. Wait for a while, earn some money, invest into another prime, and maybe invest into a better wide and a better tele later as well. But do not only get stuck with the 50mm, because you will be, believe me, you will be stuck with it if you just have one 50mm lens, because even though it's a versatile lens for photography, for film, you definitely need more, and especially if you're doing documentaries, much more. Pratibha, how to actually decide for genre in photography? I'm just going to start that. So we talked about how you can start shooting videos using your phones. Then you have entry-level DSLRs. I love the Micro Four Thirds series that you can switch to if you're already a phone creator and heading towards buying a camera. आप लोग Micro Four Thirds series में आ सकते हैं for one simple reason. Micro Four Thirds is a small form factor but shoots 4K footage. Lenses are cheaper. It's much lighter to carry. We have lenses like the 70 to 200 in Micro Four Thirds category, or even the 100-400 in Micro Four Thirds category, which is 200-800 mm lens, which are very, very compact. I'm just going to show you those lenses a little bit later, because those lenses fit into my backpack easily. So you have to, pick up an ecosystem that you go for. I know people run for full frame cameras. This here is a Lumix S5, which is an entry-level full-frame camera, which is mind-blowingly beautiful. It shoots 4K at 60 FPS, but it now also shoots 6K at 10-bit in the camera itself, which is mind-blowingly amazing because you need higher bit rates, which I'm not going to talk about today because that's a little advanced filmmaking. But you have to decide what ecosystem that you hit. Phone you start with, because phones also shoot 4K, phones shoot at least in HD. Move to entry-level DSLR or entry-level mirrorless cameras. That does not burn your bank, because you will upgrade later. So Micro Four Thirds is an option that I recommend to everybody. I did that. I moved from full frame to Micro Four Thirds because full frame was burning my bank. Then when you are settled in your Micro Four Thirds category and you really want to up your game, go for a full frame camera and start shooting higher quality of films. But till then, phones and entry-level DSLRs work because you're still developing a portfolio. Now, coming to the aesthetic side of filmmaking, and this is where, Pratibha, your question really comes in, where you're asking that how do you select a genre? बाबा अगर genre select करना है, you have to be sure that you taste everything. आपको हर चीज का स्वाद लेना जरूरी है. अगर आपने street photography का स्वाद नहीं लिया, if you've not understood what street documentary is, if you've not understood what documentary filmmaking is, you don't know what documentary filmmaking is. If you have not tasted travel filmmaking, traveling alone is not fun. Filming on traveling is much better. So there is so much that you can do in filmmaking. You have to taste everything: documentaries, travel filmmaking, travel videos, commercials, ad films, weddings. Believe me, I don't do weddings, but when I did, they were fun. You would connect with people. If you are a people's person, if you're somebody who can become a family member with anybody you meet, weddings are your genre. So kind of taste everything, but also make sure that whatever you're picking makes you money in the long run. क्योंकि भैया फ्री में घर नहीं चलता है, हमें पैसा कमाना भी जरूरी है. So select a genre or select a niche that will make you money, and of course keep your passion alive by doing everything side by side, like wildlife or even astrophotography and filmmaking. There's so many things that you can do. How do you approach a producer at beginner level? You need to have a portfolio. If you're getting into filmmaking, if you're doing short films, if you're doing documentary films, film festivals are your arena. You have to take your films to film festivals. You have to give your films a stage. तो जब हम create करना शुरू करते हैं, सबसे पहला stage होता है social media, Instagram, YouTube, any platform that you feel you have an audience in, any platform that you feel will give you enough weightage, you start doing content for that platform. Give value to your end user. Don't only show them entertainment. Don't only give them funny videos or give them really beautiful travel videos. Give them value as well. Educate them. Education is the best value that you can give. If you see, you guys here are here watching, and there are 200 more people watching this video right now who basically are here only because they feel they will get value from this live session today. Otherwise, you wouldn't be wasting your 1 hour in a day of a week and be here. So you have to be sure that you give value to your end user. You have to be sure you give value to your viewer so that they keep coming back to you, and of course they subscribe to your channel. The second platform that you go on to is film festivals. अब film festivals क्यों ज़रूरी है? फिल्म फेस्टिवल्स इसलिए ज़रूरी है कि वो आपका शोकेस है. अगर आप कोई फिल्म फेस्टिवल जीतते हैं, वहाँ पे आपको मिलते हैं और फिल्म मेकर्स हु यू कैन कोलैबोरेट विद, वहाँ पे आपको मिलते हैं प्रोड्यूसर्स, वहाँ पे आपको मिलते हैं डायरेक्टर्स जो मे बी आपके स्किल सेट को, आपकी स्टोरी को यूटिलाइज करना चाहें फॉर बिगर प्रोजेक्ट्स. For example, there was a film called Ship of Thesis. Ship of Thesis did beautifully on film festival circuit, and finally it came down to Amir Khan's studios. The film was lying on a pile of scripts, and Amir Khan's wife looked at it. She loved it. She actually distributed it in cinemas. It was one of the few art films that I've seen in cinemas doing very, very well. So you can land such projects as well. So film festivals are very, very big. That is where you meet producers. Film festivals have film markets where you can go and talk to them. Of course, OTT platforms have opened up for creators who shoot 4K at least. If you are a content creator, you can get your films up on Netflix or on Amazon Prime. Just meet their requirements. And of course, you can always collaborate with us where we can actually help you produce your film as well if it fits our criteria. Best camera for video as well as photography for under 60K. This is right here. I'm glad you asked that question. I keep recommending this. It is also a link in the description of the video as well, where you will get everything in this. It shoots 4K, it shoots slow-mo for about 120 FPS, it shoots time lapses, it has 4K live cropping, it shoots beautiful images, it has something called a live view composite where you can actually shoot star trails very, very easily. I'm going to come up with a tutorial for that in future. But this little camera, right, and I'm not promoting it because of a brand, but because I personally use it, is the best entry-level camera for any beginner. Don't mistake it for a vlogger camera. It is much, much more above that. And of course, this camera also turns into a webcam. Important tips for fashion photographers. Fashion filmmaking is something that has been going on for ages. Fashion magazines do it. Fashion channels do it. Your fashion influencers have been doing it. I feel that fashion influencers, kind of create some of the best and the most imaginative creative content that there is. You look at their videos, the transitions those guys are creating. You look at TikTokers who are now on Insta Reels, the kind of transitions these people are creating. So it is so amazingly beautiful. The change of clothes, the change of atmosphere, the change of scenarios, it happens so nicely, the kind of transitions those guys create. So when it comes to fashion films, when it comes to fashion content, you have to be sure that you highlight your subject very well. You're using very high definition, मतलब at least shoot 4K, आप 4K shoot कीजिए, because fashion films में detail होना ज़रूरी है. And I know that you will not process 4K because you might not have a system that processes 4K, but आपको 4K process करनी भी नहीं है. आप 4K shoot करेंगे, but आप edit and deliver HD ही करेंगे. हम भी यही करते हैं, हम shoot 4K करते हैं. ये live हो रहा है, live के साथ साथ record हो रहा है, ये भी 4K record हो रहा है. But in the end मेरे को पता है मैं HD ही upload करूँगा, because मेरा viewer इसको phone पे देखेगा, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं देखेगा. That's all we need. But when you shoot 4K, even using your mobile phone or your camera or anything that you're using, please make sure that you shoot the highest resolution, the best frame rates, and keep your shutter in sync. You will get the most amazing quality of video footage. आपको sharpness better मिलेगी, आपको better colors मिलेंगे, आपकी overall quality of footage ही एक बहुत अलग level पे चलेगी, which will look very, very beautiful. So keep and lighting. You need additional light. You need flicker-free lighting. I use portable lights a lot. This is a flicker-free light, and the best thing what I love about this, especially again for fashion creators, is that you need effects. You need something that will give effects to your videos. फैशन में कलर्स बहुत करते हैं, म्यूजिक वीडियोस में कलर्स बहुत इन्वॉल्व होता है. आप लोग अलग अलग मूड्स क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, आप अलग अलग एटमोसफियर क्रिएट कर सकते हो. तो गुड LED systems is what you need. You need to add these to your kind of kit and do amazing content. This is actually an MC LED from Aputure, very portable, very affordable, full RGB, and it connects to your phone as well and does great video. Just photography, I'm going to come towards video editing apps, and there is a very amazing video that we are releasing on Tuesday that talks about apps that you can edit videos with on your mobile device. So that happens on Tuesday. I think I've taken up most of the questions that were there, so let's go ahead. Another thing that you have to be careful about if you're not shooting on your phone and you're moving to a camera is the sync between your frame rate and your shutter speed. Now, why is that important? Because that frequency of matching your frame rates to your shutter speed is very important, because that will give you the perfect blend of motion blur. That will give you an output that looks cinematic. So your shutter speed is double your frame rate. So if you're shooting 24 frames per second, your shutter speed will be 1/50th of a second. Similarly, if you're shooting higher frame rates, आप slow mo shoot करने जा रहे हैं, तो जितना आप frames बढ़ाएंगे आपकी shutter speed भी उतनी बढ़ेगी. इसका end result क्या है? Like in photography, you will need more light. आपको light add करनी पड़ेगी. So if you're shooting very high frame rates, like for example 240 FPS, if you have the privilege to do that, you will need huge amount of lights, or you shoot in bright sun, because outdoors lighting is good. Maintain your shutter speeds by adding ND filters to your kit. मतलब अगर मेरे को for example shallow depth of field रखनी है, मतलब मैं अपना aperture रखूंगा f2.8 और मैं shutter रखूंगा 24 frames रखूंगा 24 frames per second, because I'm shooting an interview maybe outdoor in the sun. अब इतना bright है, लोग क्या करते हैं, लोग अपना शटर उठा देते हैं, लोग अपना शटर को बढ़ा देते हैं, बिकॉज दैट इज हाउ दे कॉम्पनसेट लाइट. ये नहीं करना है. अगर आप शटर बढ़ाएंगे आपको एक एबरेशन मिलेगा जिसका नाम है मॉरिंग. मॉरिंग बहुत ही खराब एबरेशन है, वो आपकी फुटेज को एक्स्ट्रा शार्प दिखाता है एंड लुक्स वेरी बैड. सो बी केयरफुल अबाउट इट. कीप योर शटर 1/50 एंड यू विल नीड एन ND filter, that is a neutral density filter, to add to your lens to reduce the light physically. So add an ND filter to your kit. Always keep your shutter in sync. And of course, you have to be very careful about what you're shooting, when you're shooting, and how you're shooting it. You have to be careful about sound. You need good mic systems. Like for example, this video is being shot using this mic. This is a wireless mic. The mic is inbuilt into this transmitter right here. The receiver is on the camera in front of me. And let me show you the sound quality change, what happens when I do that. Can we do that for a second? If you can see, I have more echo now. I'm much more further from my subject, and you will be getting a very bad sound quality right now than what you were getting before. So let me get back to the good sound quality. When we talk about good sound quality, you need to have great mics. There are entry-level wireless mics that start at about 8,000 rupees. These ones right here are by Hollyland. They make amazing wireless mics. Then I have another brand which makes amazing shotgun mics. This is a brand called Deity. So if you're somebody who is under budget, if you're somebody who is on run and gun all the time, you need great ambient sound, or you want to even shoot interviews, a shotgun mic is good. Just be careful that you're pointing at your subject straight if you're putting it on the camera. If you have it off the camera, have it at a 45-degree angles pointing at the chest, because this will be a place where you do not receive too much of additional sound. But with wireless lavaliers, you can hook up anywhere. I can attach a lavalier to this and still get great sound from it. So DT is my go-to for shotgun mics, and right now I'm using Hollyland because I don't have a wireless transmitter mic from DT. So Hollyland is my go-to mic when it comes to wireless mic systems, and the quality, as you heard, is mind-blowingly amazing. So sound, your shutter sync, and of course lighting has to be perfect. That is where your cinema really works, and of course you can get amazing results even by using your phone. Let me show you something that we created using a phone. Give me 1 second.
Like a river, shut your mouth and run me like a river. Like a river, shut your mouth and run me like a river.
So basically that was a B-roll film shot on the phone itself. You saw the behind the scenes and the end result. There is so much you can do with your mobile phones these days. That is why I always tell photographers, guys, you don't have to upgrade your equipment. I know you have a good phone because nobody lives without a really good phone. Brands are coming up with such affordable phones like this one right here with me, that give you 4K video, that give you slow-mos, time lapses and whatnot, image stabilization and everything inbuilt into a small device that fits your pocket. So there is so much that you can do with what you have. And once somebody said, and I feel I agree, that the best camera is the camera that you have on you, and we have a phone on us every time. Now, there was somebody who was asking about cinematography. Let me explain what actually is cinematography and who is a cinematographer or a director of photography. अब जब एक cinematographer की बात होती है तो एक cinematographer एक ऐसा expert है, एक ऐसा I would say इंसान है जिसको literally film making के सारे aspects पता होने चाहिए. उसको स्टोरी टेलिंग प्रोसेस पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर डायरेक्टर उसको कुछ मांग रहा है, अगर डायरेक्टर उससे कुछ बोलता है तो उसको इंटरप्रेट करके एग्जीक्यूट करना है. ही हैज टू एग्जीक्यूट द विजन ऑफ द डायरेक्टर. He has to be technically strong, that he does the best lighting, he does best sound, he does best composition, he works with the art department to do best production design. एक सिनेमाटोग्राफर की जॉब होती है कि वो हर चीज़ को एक विजुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग दे, उसको विजुअली स्ट्रॉन्ग करे और उसको एडिटर के लिए रेडी करे. सो एवरी शॉट काउंट्स, एवरी फ्रेम काउंट्स एंड एवरी स्टोरी टेलिंग इज बिल्ड ऑन दीज बेसिक्स की एक सिनेमाटोग्राफर एक डायरेक्टर के विजन को कैसे कन्वर्ट करता है. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट सिनेमाटोग्राफी, इट इज द नॉलेज ऑफ एवरीथिंग दैट गोज इनटू फिल्म, फ्रॉम प्री प्रोडक्शन टू प्रोडक्शन एंड टू पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन, बिकॉज इफ यू डोंट understand all three levels or stages of film, you will not be able to execute it too well. So you have to be very careful about how you execute things and how do you deliver things as well. So then there is a best lens for cinematographers. Well, there are so many lenses in the market. I mean, you can use kit lenses. See, there is no best lens for a cinematographer. Any lens that gives you the results that you need is the best lens. I remember a time जब मेरे पास कैमरा ही नहीं होता था, मैं हर चीज़ रेंट पे लाता था. मेरे को कैमरा रेंट पे लाना पड़ता था, मेरे को लेंसेज रेंट पे लाने पड़ते थे, मेरे को साउंड रेंट पे लाना पड़ता था, एक एलिमेंट मेरी प्रोडक्शन में मेरे को रेंट पे लाना पड़ता था. And it was a tough time, and this was the first 5 years of my career. Yes, I don't belong to a family जिसमें मेरे फादर ने बोला ये ले पैसे जा जी ले अपनी ज़िंदगी. I had to work towards earning everything and then buying it. My family did support me in following my dreams, but yes, I had to work for it. I had to earn it. What you see here is not been gifted to me. I have put in hard work to get it. So when you are working with minimalistic equipment, that is the best equipment to work with. फोन से अगर आप फिल्म शूट करते हैं आपको क्या मिलता है, आपको इनबिल्ट लेंसेज मिलते हैं. व्हाट एडिशनल लेंसेज कैन यू डू? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप एक मैक्रो यूज़ करोगे, आप कभी भी फ़ोन का टेली एडिशनल नहीं यूज़ करोगे, आप कभी भी फ़ोन का वाइड नहीं यूज़ करोगे. वो एबरेशंस क्रिएट करते हैं, वो वियर्ड फ्रेम्स क्रिएट करते हैं, आप नहीं करोगे. So similarly, for a DSLR, the lens that you have is the best lens. But yes, if you ask me personally, I love prime lenses. I love lenses that give me beautiful shallow depth of field. And something you guys must remember, if you're using photography lenses, they run on f-stops, and cinema lenses run on t-stops because they are more precise. दूसरा, your largest opening, मतलब अगर आपका लेंस f1.2 है, you will never shoot video at f1.2 because that is not the best for focus. You will shoot a step down. So a 2.8 is beautiful to shoot on an f1.2 lens. Why? Because you will get that amazing focus depth and of course space, a breathing space for your subject. Because photo में क्या है, क्लिक किया, फ्रीज हो गया, 2-3 बार ही किया, फोकस मिल जाएगा. वीडियो में अगर आपका इंसान मूव कर रहा है, आगे पीछे बार बार हो रहा है, अगर आप यहाँ पे भी देखेंगे, आई विल गो आउट ऑफ फोकस, कम बैक इनटू फोकस, गो आउट ऑफ फोकस. अगर अपर्चर इसने बहुत ज़्यादा कम नहीं कर रखा है, राइट, लाइक दिस, गो आउट ऑफ फोकस, ट्रैकिंग ऑफ करके ज़्यादा आगे जाता हूँ, आउट ऑफ फोकस हो जाता हूँ, वापस आता हूँ, इन फोकस हो जाता हूँ. सो ब्रीदिंग स्पेस नहीं मिलता है. बट अगर हमारे कैमरे में ट्रैकिंग नहीं है, सिनेमा लेंसेज आप 100% मैनुअल लेंसेज, सो यू नीड टू कीप अ स्टॉप डाउन टू गेट दैट परफेक्ट फोकस. एंड ऑफ कोर्स प्लीज जस्ट स्टार्ट विद बेसिक prime lenses that work, then upgrade to cinema lenses that will give you better results. Red Reef Media, yes, you're pretty much right. Yes, mom and daddy are not floating me while I live in the basement. Not at all. You were right there. Best Institute for Cinematography in Bangalore. I'm not too sure, but I will definitely research and let you guys know. Which institute to learn cinematography? I'm really confused currently in my 12th. Guys, there are so many places where you can go. If you want to go into National Institute, FTII is supposed to be top. Then you have Jamia as one of them. A lot of institutes in Mumbai are doing very well. Then Whistling Woods is supposed to be really good, but very expensive. I personally would recommend that you start creating content, start learning on your own, do a degree in something else if you don't have the budget. But if you have the budget, go for any school. But yeah, in the end, you have to learn on your own. Schools are there for networking, schools are there for clear your doubts, but your own hard work will take you ahead. Guys, if there are any more questions, okay, what do we suggest, Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve? Well, DaVinci Resolve is free. I mean, I would prefer a free software over a paid software any day. If you're not shooting 10-bit, if you're not using denoiser, if you're not, getting into 10-bit footage, log footage, well, DaVinci Resolve is your go-to software because it does literally everything. It has everything from editing to sound to 3D to using templates to adding anything to your videos. Looks mind-blowingly beautiful. Then there was question about editing apps. If you're I'm not going to reveal my top 5 apps right now, but Adobe Premiere or DaVinci or even Final Cut Pro, whatever you have access to is good enough. Start with that. There are many online editing apps also now available which you can use on your systems. Okay, suggest important camera accessories. Tripods are very important. Any form of tripod, gorilla pod, monopods, or even small base pods like these are really important. Lens hoods, ND filters are very important. Straps are very important. Mics are ultra important if you're into vlogging and if you're into recording interviews and corporate shoots and so on and so forth. If you're somebody who's into cinema, lighting is very important. You can start with DIY lighting just by using 60-watt bulbs, milky 60-watt LED bulbs. Those work very beautifully. Use umbrellas, use reflectors, use diffusers. Thermocols are your best reflectors. You can use 5-in-1 reflectors that are available in market for diffusers also. So there are so many things that you can use. I feel that yes, the A6 does the job as well. But see, with the advent of technology, there is new and new technology available in the market. So taste everything before you actually invest into something bigger and expensive. Just look at the pros and cons. Look at your budget. The most important thing is look at the after effects of your purchase. That is, any accessories like lenses or support systems, which should not be too expensive. Arjun, Shoot Guru is your go-to channel for cinematography. We have a lot of tutorials uploaded on the Shoot Guru YouTube channel, and of course the Shoot Guru app. The link is in the description of this video. Is 100% free right now. We are only charging for the practical courses. We are holding practical courses from 1st of July, where you can come and kind of work with us in this academy, do music videos with us, do short films with us, do so much with us. We start again on 1st of July, and everything is 100% practical. But the theory sessions will happen on the app and they are free. Swastik G100 for anything. If you're a beginner and you don't want to burn your bank, the lenses are cheap, the camera is really good, it's got really beautiful inbuilt mic, so you don't need to invest into sound also. So utilize it. The Lumix G100, again, link in the description of this video. So how to keep pricing for videos, guys, it is a whole another topic for pricing. I have a video already up there, but you can join us in Clubhouse every Thursday, where we talk about all these things like pricing, business, getting clients. But one tip that I want to give you is never ever do free work. At least cover your base costs of travel, of food, or anything that you have to do for that particular shoot, or any investment that you have to make. Yash, the best DIY lighting that I have used is 60-watt LED bulbs. There are, RGB tubes available also these days, but always remember when you're using, so get a light stand, get bulb holders, bulb holders are available very, very dirt cheap in the market. These are screw-on bulb holders. I think they're called B22 or something like that. Get those. You get RGB bulbs. You get little expensive side, but you get MI RGB bulbs and you get Cisca RGB bulbs. Those are all LED bulbs. They're all flicker free. They give you really, really good lighting. You can create mood lighting with it. If you see in my bag, I have a bulb in that. That is actually an aperture RGB bulb, but the strip behind it is a Philips Hue strip. There is a bulb right here on my right, and there is another light put there, which will actually give you better quality. So get tubes. Tubes are dirt cheap these days. Look out for lighting options that are affordable. DIY is always good RGB LED bulbs, or even normal 60-watt bulbs with umbrellas, stands, and bulb holders. Yes, ND filter, Aditya, like I said before, is definitely used for video making and video creation, because you need to sync your shutter speed even in bright lights. You want to see my current light setup? Can we show the current light setup? Oh, sorry guys, I can't zoom out right now because I have a fixed lens attached to the camera, and this is the smaller studio that we are working in. But there is a key light right here, a big key light from Aperture. It's with a dome too. That is why I can't go further, because it's a smaller room. So I have the key light right here with the mini dome. Then I have a backlight coming here, a 120D2 as a backlight, which is creating a light over here. Then I have a few RGB lights in the back, and of course a small lamp here just as a practical lighting system. What is my suggestion about branding? Arun, that's another topic. We'll take it up in a later live session, not today. A7 III, go for the S5. 6K 10-bit on the camera, you will not get in the A7 III, believe me. I was going for A7 III when I moved to the GH5S, but now S5 will kill it, believe me. Aranjay, can you tell me the price for the A6? I have no clue about the price range of the A6. Arjun, what will you tell to the upcoming photographers and cinematographers? Thank you for asking that question. I always wanted to answer that question. Well, if you are somebody who is getting into content creation, please remember one thing. You are touching lives of many people who are viewing your content. There will be a lot of people who will come to see your content on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, wherever you're creating. Make sure your content is positive. I love quoting Gary Vee every time I do this. We have to make positivity louder, because there are less number of negative people who are really loud on the web and they are creating chaos. Let us, as the content creators of future, start creating content that makes positivity louder. Talk about stories, talk about people, talk about yourself, do vlogs, do documentaries, do fiction, but please bring out positivity, tell better stories. Make sure people who listen to your stories are getting a very positive message, be it even education, be it vlogging, be it news, anything that you are creating on the web, make sure it is a positive message, because the power is in your hands. You are the one who are touching the lives of 1 million people by tomorrow, or maybe in a year. You will be the next big influencer, you will be the next big thing. And I know that you will be the person affecting and touching the lives of many people you're creating content for. Make sure it is something that leaves a positive mark on everybody's mind. Budget camera under 50k, you have to tell me what you're using it for, filmmaking or for photography. How do you remove flickering in videos? You have to keep your shutter in sync. I'm using flicker-free LED system here, so the shutter sync won't matter, but in house lights it does. Can we actually show our people something for, let's try changing the shutter? Nothing? I'm using flicker-free LEDs here, so one solution is flicker-free LEDs. But if you're shooting in, in light, so when does flicker really come? It comes when your shutter is not in sync with the light frequency, the electricity frequency. So if you're shooting in India, if you're shooting at 50 hertz, the electricity is running in India is at 50 hertz, it's PAL, your shutter should be 1/50th of a second. But even if it flickers at 1/50th, try 1/60th, because we're in a day and age where we do use, Chinese lights, and the frequency can vary from 60 hertz to 50 hertz. So just switch between 1/50th of a second to 1/60th. Again, if you have to increase your shutter too much, get an ND filter to bring it down. Aranjay, 60k, this is the camera to go to, shoots 4k. 80k, I would recommend the Lumix G9. Which is a mind-blowingly amazing camera for photo and for video. It was one of the best cameras for photography for many years abroad. It came into India, it's about 80-90k, and it is mind-blowingly beautiful. Shoots 4K 60 FPS, 120 FPS slow-mo, and there's so much more that you can do with that camera. Yash, there is a video on the Shoot Guru app. Download the app, ping me on the app, and I will share the link personally. It is purely on budgeting. Kunal, why criticize yourself, man? There are so many people around you to criticize you. I mean, with all due respect, your parents would criticize, your girlfriend or boyfriend always criticize you, your friends criticize you, best friend criticizes you, your neighbor criticizes you, the person delivering your food will criticize you. Every person around you will criticize you for something or the other in your life. Why do you want to criticize yourself? Don't do that. Be happy for what you have done, be happy for what you are doing, and start putting out content. Why will you shelf your content because you don't like it? Maybe I like it, maybe my friend likes it, maybe the 10 billion users out there or viewers out there might like it. You don't know that. I mean, with all due respect, did we know that Dimchak Puja would go viral? Somebody liked her, right? I mean, somebody did, but that went viral. You don't know. Even if it goes viral for all wrong reasons, it will still go viral. So please try it out. Start putting out content. Doesn't matter. Delete it later when you've done something better, but do put everything out that you create. Yes, Arjun, put in the comments what topics you want us to cover in the live sessions. Every Saturday is going to be a live session on your topics. Hi Rage Gamer. Hey guys, again, hi Arun, hi Jeevan, hi Shashwat, hi Spandan, hi Kunal, hi Yash, hi Akash, hi Ranjay, hi Sankla Films, hi Jeevan. Guys, thank you so much for attending today's live and thank you for being here. Shashwat, if you're spending enough money for G7, please spend a little more and go for G100. It is much more superior to the G7 in terms of sound quality and much more. I use it for a lot of videos. ND filters for GH5 lenses. So, good question. Micro Four Thirds lenses are smaller. You need step downs with any ND filter. Step downs are really cheap. There's a brand called Hyphen that makes really good quality step down and step up filters. Rings that will actually allow you to put any size filter of about 100 mm onto a smaller lens also, and it really makes your camera look much cooler. Spandan, I don't see a question from you. Please repeat your question. Hi Jay. Budget camera for short films? You can start with your phone. I mean, that's the base of everybody today. Start shooting 4K with your phone. Use apps like Filmmaking Pro to get those nice shallow depth of fields and of course focus shifts and whatnot. So start with your phone. Next could be anything. I mean, depends on what your real budget is all about. The best gimbal for low price, I use a gimbal brand called Pixela. Then you have Zune Tech, they make really good entry level gimbals as well. Feiyu Tech makes really good gimbals and they've come up with really affordable gimbals these days for any mirrorless cameras that are doing very well and have a lot of features. Sanjeev, I don't see your question. Okay, Sony Alpha 6600 for filmmaking. It's a good start. If you have it, start it. If you're planning to buy, look for alternatives. I was a Alpha 6400 user for many years, but I realized that was the wrong choice because Sony lenses were very expensive, and if I have to use third-party lenses anyways, then why go for it? I switched to Micro Four Thirds from a Sony A7S II for one simple reason. Micro Four Thirds lenses were very cheap, very affordable, and gave me 10 bit. So the GH5, the GH5S gave me 10 bit on the camera, which I needed to get my filmmaking skills more up. So I shoot 4K 10 bit log footage, which looks mind-blowingly beautiful. I have not used the M52, so I will not comment on it. Alright guys, that's all the time that we have for today. It is 8 p.m. already, so I have 1 hour sessions, and we started a little early today because we were testing a new piece of equipment. And of course, thank you guys for attending. Thank you guys for being here. If you have any more questions, put it in the comments. Please like, share and subscribe to this video, to the YouTube channel, and of course download the Shoot Guru app, which now has 100% free content for you guys. Get onto the app, download it for iOS and for Android. For iOS it comes by the name of Classplus or My Institute. The details are in the description of this video or on shootguru.com. You can go there and download the app. It's 100% free, and please support us by sharing these videos so that we can keep the app free for future as well. So see you guys on a practical training session in the future. Do hook us up in the comments and we might get you here in our studio and shoot with you for our next film. Take care, please be safe, get vaccinated, and take care of your family. Hope to see you soon on the field. Ciao.